Good morning and welcome to our morning devotion. This morning, I want to speak to you about one of those interesting relationships in the Bible that we don't hear about too often, but it was one that had so much meaning in it. That is a story in Exodus, and the story is about Moses and Jethro. Now, when Joseph and Jethro met each other, Moses was a broken man. He was running from Pharaoh. He knew that Pharaoh wanted to kill him. He was running as far and as fast as he could. He was exhausted when he came to the well in Midian. Now, there was a priest in Midian, and his name was Jethro, and he had 7 daughters. And every day they would go down to the well and they would draw water and fill the trough to be able to water their sheep. But there were often other shepherds that were there. Whales were something that that time were hotly disputed. It was something that you would argue over who owns the right to this well. Our ancestors, that we have claim to this well. And so often there was this arguing between families about who had rights to a well. But during this time, Moses was there. And even though he was broken, even though he was probably exhausted from running away, he stood up and he watered all of their sheep. He drew all the water. And the girls returned home early that day. And when they returned home early that day, their father came to them and he said, "Why are you home so early? Usually this takes you like all day." And they said, "We met someone. We met a man there. He's an Egyptian. And he drew all the water for our sheep and he watered them." Now, this is where this relationship began. Because Jethro said to them, "Go and invite him to dinner." It was a simple invitation to dinner. What it ended up in doing is taking a very broken man from a place of not really knowing God to a place where he knew God and had such a close and beautiful relationship with him that he was ready, with lots of support, but he was ready to lead the children of Israel. And this happened through mentorship. Jethro mentored Moses. And even throughout his ministry, throughout leading the children of Israel, Jethro was the one that when Moses didn't know what to do, or he wanted some advice on how do I do this, he would go to Jethro. And Jethro was a godly mentor to him. In our life and in your life, we all have biological family members. But I would hazard to guess that you also have your chosen family members as well. Whether this is a really good friend, whether this is somebody that's kind of adopted by the family. I know while we've been here in Ottawa, up until just a couple months ago, we had adopted someone, and her name was Debbie. And anything we did, we invited her along. We just cared about her and wanted to live life with her. We'd known her since our days back in Alberta, and she'd moved here, and we wanted to live life with her and for her to not feel alone and for us to feel connected to her and a really beautiful friendship. I know that there's Ruth in our life, and Ruth is, how do I even explain Ruth? Ruth is my late husband's best friend's wife. He got them together and they are family, but no blood relation whatsoever. But these are special people in our lives. These are people that we look to for guidance. These are people that we look to for friendship. During this time of COVID, when we haven't been able to meet, I bet, did you still have that family member that you stay in close contact with? And if you don't, I pray that you do, because those relationships that God gives us, they are given to us for a reason. They're given to us to grow us. They're given to us to challenge us. And they're also given to us to mentor us. I pray that you have relationships in your life that mentor you. that give you that sense of belonging, that help you to grow in your faith, that take you from a place where maybe you don't know God very well to where you're ready to step forward and do what God is calling you to do in your life. I pray that you have a wonderful day today. May God bless you. May you feel his presence in your life, and may you be willing to follow where he leads you. Have a great day.